Tornado Hurricane Melissa, the wrath of the Atlantic. Introduction. Fury rising from the ocean. In early November 2025, when the Caribbean people were still recovering from a series of storms, a monstrous cyclone began to form over the warm waters of the Atlantic. Within 48 hours, Hurricane Melissa intensified into a Category 5 superstorm, one of the most powerful ever recorded in the region. Meteorologists described it as a beast born of the sea, with sustained winds exceeding 175 miles per hour, 280 kilometers per hour, and a record low central pressure of 895 hectopascals. Melissa roared toward the northern Caribbean, leaving satellites trembling at its sheer scale. Haiti. The nation drowned in sorrow. When Hurricane Melissa made landfall on Haiti, devastation followed. The country, already fragile after years of poverty and natural disasters, faced winds strong enough to rip steel roofs like paper and storm surges that swallowed entire towns. According to AP News, at least 43
Paola,
people were killed, hundreds were missing, and over 80,000 homes were damaged or destroyed. Entire communities were cut off for days as bridges collapsed and rivers burst their banks. The capital, Port-au-Prince, went dark when the national power grid failed, and hospitals were flooded beyond capacity. A survivor recalled tearfully, "The wind sounded like 1,000 demons screaming. The roof flew away. The walls trembled. We could only pray in the dark." The Caribbean in chaos. After battering Haiti, Melissa swept across Jamaica, the Bahamas, and Cuba, spreading destruction over thousands of miles. In Jamaica, torrential rain caused landslides that cut off mountain communities and left the capital Kingston without power for 2 days. In the Bahamas, many low-lying islands were completely submerged, and luxury resorts that once sparkled with tourists were reduced to ruins. In Cuba, more than 200,000 people were evacuated, but vast agricultural lands were destroyed. Fields of sugarcane and bananas, lifelines for thousands of families, were turned into muddy wastelands overnight. America responds, a humanitarian lifeline. As the death toll rose and the Caribbean reeled, the United States government announced an emergency relief package worth $24 million for Haiti, Jamaica, the Bahamas, and Cuba. The funds were designated for food, clean water, medical supplies, and water purification systems. The U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, deployed disaster response teams, while the USS Baton aircraft carrier was positioned near the Bahamas to deliver power generators and airlift supplies to isolated regions. Humanitarian organizations such as Caritas, the Red Cross, and Catholic Relief Services joined the effort, delivering tons of essential aid to survivors. A warning from nature. Melissa was more than just another hurricane, it was a warning. Scientists emphasized that the record-worn Atlantic Ocean is now producing storms that intensify faster and strike harder than ever before. Each new storm, they say, is a message from a planet in distress. The haunting question remains. How many more Melissas will it take before humanity truly acts to protect the Earth? Hope amid the rubble. Yet even amid despair, hope flickered. Rescue workers in Haiti carried children on their shoulders through floodwaters. Doctors in Jamaica treated the injured with whatever supplies they had left. Neighbors in the Bahamas shared food and clean water despite having little themselves. When the sun finally rose after the storm, small flags appeared above the ruins, silent symbols of faith, resilience, and the will to rebuild. From that fragile dawn emerged the message that unites all people after disaster. We are broken, but not defeated. Wednesday of the 31st week in Ordinary Time. Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 14, verses 25 to 33. At that time, large crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and said to them, "If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. Indeed, which of you wishing to construct a tower does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if there is enough for its completion? Otherwise, after laying the foundation and finding himself unable to finish the work, the onlookers would laugh at him and say, "This one began to build but did not have the resources to finish." Or what king marching into battle would not first sit down and decide whether, with 10,000 troops, he can successfully oppose another king advancing upon him with 20,000? But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for terms of peace. In the same way, any one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple.